Are we on now? Wow, that was crazy, y'all. I could not get it to work, and so now I have a mess from trying to get it to work. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit till I get everything set back where it was, because I had to undo it and start over. That was so crazy. Who's here? Anybody yet? Let me get everything set right. I swear I had all of this done, and it was so perfect. And then the craziness ensued. Sorry, guys. We'll get better at this. Maybe. Or we'll get worse. We'll do something, even if it's wrong. Okay. We were pretty squared away until that little... I tried to go live and it kept telling me no connection, and I'm like, well, I don't understand it. But it wouldn't let me. So now we're here. And we can cause trouble if we want to, huh? Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to get that cord out of the way. I promised you guys I would. I actually had it out of the way earlier, so... Well, welcome in, everyone. Who wants to hear about Maymay's favorite things? I want to preface this by saying I get asked all the time if I would please do an updated Maymay's favorite things. So the reason I decided to do it this way today is because I think it's fun for me to show you my favorite products and you get to ask me questions. We do this a lot. I'm taking my watch off because it scratches the counter whenever I'm working, but we do a lot of this on Facebook. We do a lot of real-time crafting, or we do a lot of real-time question answering, which I think really helps people because I can answer your questions so easy. So we're going to jump into my favorite things. Now, I kind of have this in my mind of how I want things to go. So what I think I'm going to do is start with like the most asked questions and then work my way down, if that's okay with you guys. And I'm going to move my stool. I'm sitting on a stool, but I think I'm going to stand up for a little bit just so I can move around the craft room. And what I'm going to do, my thought process was I'd move around the craft room and kind of bring stuff into the screen and we'll talk about it. Oh, Maymay's one of your favorite things. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. By the way, all my moderators are in the room today. I'm so excited to have them. If you're a moderator, type the word mod, M-O-D, and let everybody kind of know who our mods are. So if they're having any questions or need anything, they can kind of reference you guys. And please remember, if you have any questions for me, when we get to the Q&A time, you're going to want to type that in capital letters, or maybe put like a big old question mark and then capital letters, and then I'll know. So check out our mods. We have a bunch we learned from last time. So they are on Troll Patrol. Oh, that's cute. I like that. We need a shirt. Troll Patrol. Okay. The very thing I get asked more often than anything is, what is your favorite adhesive? So we're going to start with that. This is my very favorite adhesive. This for liquid. We're going to start with liquid, okay? For liquid glue, I have found none better than the Art Glitter Glue. This one dries clear. It's my very favorite one. I use it. I probably use Art Glitter Glue every single day of my life for some reason or another. By the way, please ignore the car sounds. It's Friday afternoon. We are on a busy road and it's loud. I've been trying to film today and I've been having to stop, so it's been rough. So here's the questions I get about this. Number one, is there glitter in it? No, there's no glitter in it. It was actually designed to be used with glitter. What's so awesome about it is it dries so super fast. So, oh, Margie, you should have a wrench. I don't know why you don't. That's not good. I'll have to figure that out. But this dries so super fast that it holds the glitter down so quick, and that's why people love it. Now, when I started using it, I'm really excited to get to like explain things to you guys. When I started using it, this was the size bottle I had, okay? I have used Kalal. This was the size bottle that I had. I've used all the Kalals, by the way. This is still my favorite. I used this bottle, and then I bought a refill bottle, which was this size, which was the 8 ounce. Well, when I bought the refill, I got to looking and I was like, wait a minute. Instead of refilling my bottle, instead of pouring this into this and using the small bottle, why don't I just put my tip onto the big bottle? So I did that, and it kind of caused some confusion for some folks, but that's simply what I did. Well, I did that for years. That's the way we did this. And don't forget, they also come with fine metal tips. I'm going to show you that too. Okay, this is the fine metal tip. It is a separate purchase, all right? It is also one of my favorite things, but that's what I would do. I would have this bottle, when I first bought it, basically when I first bought it, it looked like this. I bought the fine metal tip and this bottle, and that's how I used it. Okay? Now, when I switched it over, I switched this tip with this fine metal tip to the big bottle so I wouldn't have to refill it as often, and it worked great. Okay, let's try to not do questions until I do the Q&A time, because I'm trying to explain and I don't want to get off track for our replay viewers. So I'll do Q&A. I'll say if you've got any questions and we'll answer them. Okay, so this tip I said is a separate purchase. Now here's what happened. We started carrying this in our store. And I'm going to tell you something. That's Garrett's fault. If he's on here watching, he kept telling me, Maymay, you need to carry this in your store. If your store is your favorite things, you need to have this glue. So we started carrying this guy, okay? Then I started carrying the 8 ounce because they were the two that I had used forever. Well, then I discovered that they had a 4 ounce bottle. And the 4 ounce bottle comes with this tip attached, just like the 2 ounce bottle comes with this tip attached, okay? Well, that was fine and good. Then I discovered very recently, like November of last year, they have a 1 ounce bottle, and the 1 ounce bottle comes with this tip. And to me, if you have this tip, you don't need the fine metal tip. It's not as fine, but this one works fantastic. So in our store, you have all of these options. You have the 2, the 4, the 1, the 8, and then we discovered that they make a 16 ounce bottle for those of us who just can't live without it, okay? So that's kind of how this progression went. There was one other thing that happened, and I get asked about this. Ooh, sorry, I dropped that 16 ounce bottle. I get asked about this all the time, okay? What is the red tip? Why do you have it? Okay, I have some bottles, like this one, that have the red tip on it. The reason for that, we were selling the 8 ounce bottle, and people did not understand that they had to have their other bottles to make this work, okay? So we contacted, I say we, my husband contacted Art Glitter Glue and asked them if they would sell us just the tops. Well, for a little while they had black tops, and they ran out, and they went to red tops on their replacement tops. And we were okay with that. We said, we'll take the red tops, okay? So if you ever see me using this bottle with the red top, it's because I just put a top on my refill bottle, okay? I get asked that question so much. Oh my goodness, why the red top? What do I need it for? All right, if you only buy the 8 ounce or the 16 ounce refill, you will need to pick up a top, okay? And if you want the fine metal tip, you'll need to pick up the fine metal tip. Now, the other question I get asked all the time is, what pin do I put in the top? Let me go back to my fine metal tip. We're not going to spend all day on Art Glitter Glue. I just really wanted to take this opportunity to explain it. This pin goes into your fine metal top because if you leave this off for any length of time, it will dry up and clog up, okay? So you want to put this pin in there immediately, okay? These pins are stainless steel. You want the stainless steel because it keeps your glue from rusting. If you put a regular pin in, it'll rust. It's not that big of a deal. You'll squirt a little bit of it out. I kind of talk about it like it's like the mustard bottle, okay? If you put a pin in here and it's not stainless, you're going to have a little bit of that mustard liquid you have to squirt out of your mustard first. That's kind of what this will be like, okay? But it won't damage the stuff, okay? Now, no, Art Glitter has 2 different kinds. There is a clear, which is the one I use and sell in my store, and there's a white. So you want to be conscious of that. Why would you ever want the white one? I personally think if you're going to use it with like an iridescent glitter, you'll want the white one. I think it'd work really well with the iridescent to kind of back it up. We carry the clear, but they also have a dry as white. We don't carry that one. Okay. There was something else I wanted to tell you. What was it about Art Glitter Glue? Okay, let's do this. Any questions about Art Glitter Glue before we move on to the next? Oh, the pins. We also carry replacement pins. They come a lot like this. You get 5 in a pack. So if you want the stainless steel pins, you can purchase them from our store. That's MaymayMadeIt.com, by the way. I have not said that today. Okay, questions about Art Glitter Glue. I have one that I know somebody's going to ask. Yes. Do you find the fine tip requires more squeezing? Not necessarily. If you have a good flow, if you don't have anything clogged up in here or anything, it'll flow really well. Really well. I take this. Okay, that was the question, Heidi. I knew someone would ask. When will we start shipping Art Glitter Glue again? Art glitter glue has a low freezing point. If you have a bottle of this in your craft room, pick it up. It feels cool to the touch. It has a low freezing point. Last year, and I think all years previous, Art Glitter, the people at Art Glitter told us we could not ship this during the winter. They literally stopped selling it, stopped shipping it. No one could get it. That's just how it was. This year they decided, because the temperatures have been so fluctuating, we can ship this to you as long as it does not drop below 40 degrees between us and you, okay? So if you want to order Art Glitter Glue during the winter, what you have to do is call our store. Our store hours are Monday through Thursday from 9 until 4, Fridays 9 to 12. We don't have anybody in right now answering calls. And you can call us and order this, but you have to call. If you prefer to send an email to start that, you can just send an email with your phone number and Amanda will call you back. Okay, so that is why we don't ship in the winter. It will freeze. Once it freezes, it turns to a cottage cheese-like consistency, so I've been told, and it cannot be brought back to life. And Art Glitter Glue will not replace it for us if we ship it wrong, and we don't want to ship it wrong because of that. It is unusable. I have been told it is unusable once it freezes and thaws out. That's what I've been told. I've never seen a bottle freeze and thaw out. All right, I think I answered all the questions, but any more Art Glitter Glue questions real quick? Then we're going to move on to the second most asked question. Honestly, my second most asked question. Well, you just answered that one, thanks. There you go. Now listen, I had a lady tell me, yeah, that's exactly what they tell me. Oh, the shelf life of the glue, I had one bottle that I used for over a year, no issue. They do tell me that there is a shelf life to it, but kind of depends on your climate, your humidity, the temperature, things like that. I have been told it will not join back together, but I had someone who was an administrator for us years ago tell me that she ordered a bottle and it froze because she lives in a very cold climate and that she thawed it out and it worked fine. So I don't know. All right. Don't tell your boss. All right. So, hey, Holly, how are you? All right, if there's no more Art Glitter Glue questions, I'm going on to my second most asked question. Which product do I like the second most? This one. What? Yeah, but waiting for another part at 3. What does that mean? My second most asked question is, what trimmer do I use and recommend? Okay, if you saw my favorites video years ago, okay, I think I did it a bunch of years ago. This one here was my very favorite paper trimmer. Okay, this is the Fiskars Rotary Trimmer. I adore and adored. I still love this trimmer. Okay, this one is, like I said, rotary, and I have used this particular trimmer since I did the review on it years ago. Like, this is the same one. I have not replaced the blade one single time. Okay, the only thing I have replaced on this trimmer since I got it was the cut bar. Let me take the cut bar out. This cut bar is made to be replaced, and doing this live, I'll probably hurt myself, right? Or break my tool, which is what I'm trying to do, it looks like. Let's see, here we go. It's coming out. Come on, cut bar, here we go. I have replaced my cut bar, but I want to show you something about it. The way the rotary runs on the cut bar, you get to use it twice, if that makes sense. So you'll have 2 cut lines into your cut bar. They come like this, nice and fresh with no lines. See that? Okay. But when you've used it, you get these. So here's the cool thing. You can get new blades at pretty much anywhere that sells Fiskars. Honestly, you can get them, but I've never replaced the blade. What I have done is replace my cut bar. And every time I replace or flip over my cut bar, it's like using a brand new rotary blade again. Let me take this out again and show you something. So what you do, let's say I've used this side, okay? I flip it over. The first time I cut, I'm gonna get 1 line, all right? I'm going to use that until my cuts go bad again, until I'm not getting a good, sharp, crisp cut. Then I'm going to take my cut bar out. I'm going to flip it around and put it back in. And then I get another section, okay? So you basically get to use this 4 times before you're done with it. And I'm going to put it back in because I'm not done with it. Which side? That side. Okay. So I've never replaced the blade, but this is my second cut bar, which I purchased this cut bar just at the craft store. So anywhere that sells the Fiskars usually have them, and I know you can order them online. Now, people ask me all the time, what is the model number of this one? I'm going to try to give it to you right now. See if I can see it. There is not a model number on here anywhere, and I haven't had the box in years. This one says it's a blade style F, if that says anything to us. And the way this is the thing I want you to know, okay? The arm swings out like this. The thing about this trimmer that is not my favorite, it is my favorite rotary trimmer that I own, but right here where we do most of our paper craft for card making cutting is the arm, right? So it's a little hairy to do some of your cutting right here in this section. I wish in reality this particular one had a bigger bed before the arm came out. They do make them that have a bigger bed, okay? There are some differences, but they do make them. I would say if you're going to buy a rotary cutter like this from Fiskars, try to get one that comes out to 6 inches or at least 5.5, okay? I love this rotary trimmer. This dude is my favorite rotary. I also have the big one, okay? I have a lot of trimmers. This is my favorite rotary. If I'm going to cut multiple sheets of paper, like 5 to 10 at a time, I'm going to do it with this. If I'm going to cut chipboard, I'm going to do it with this. Love it. This is the one I love. And I've used it, like I said, forever and a day. So I get that question a lot. Now for my everyday paper crafting, this is my very favorite trimmer for everyday paper crafting. And I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to beat this price on a trimmer. There's just absolutely no way. I love this guy so much. This is the Cricut portable trimmer, okay? When you get this trimmer and you realize the nice thickness of this arm, this is what makes all the difference. I want to show you something. I've had this other trimmer forever, and I've lost the blade to it because the blade never would stay in it. But this arm, I've got it locked. This arm is so flimsy. Watch this. Do you see how flimsy this arm is? I never got a straight cut with this trimmer. I see people use it on YouTube all the time. More power to you. And see, it has that 6-inch bed, which is the reason that I purchased it. This is one that has a blade, okay? No way. Does not work for me. This one, I only keep to show the difference. I promise you that's the case. I don't even have a blade for it. This guy right here, look at this arm. Look how thick this is. Yes, it moves, but nothing like that other one. Also, I love this thickness of this blade trimmer here. See this? There's something about it that just works. And there's a lot of you guys watching today. Many of you purchased this after I got it. Cricut sent this to me. They didn't send it to me for me to review it. They sent it to me for me to use in my classroom where I teach Cricut classes. And I tried it for the first time actually just because I was in the classroom and went, here, let me pick up a cutter, and I was shocked. Couple things. It is very clearly marked for measurement. Very clearly marked. I love how easy it is to read, okay? It also has centimeters, which is another fantastic thing because I get asked about that a lot. And it will go all the way to 15 inches. Okay, the best part about this guy, if you paid full retail price, it's like $14, okay? This one goes on sale all the time. Somebody could probably look right now and see on Cricut.com that this is on sale today. I guarantee you. Then you can use my code for Cricut, which by the way I get no commission for. I just asked them if we could have a coupon code to use. That code is Maymay Made It in all capital letters, all one word. That will get you an additional 15% off and free shipping. Okay? I have seen people get these as cheap as $6 shipped to their house after putting the code in. Like, I just purchased 6 more for my craft room and paid like $40 the other day because I use them in my classroom. So, since I got this trimmer, I rarely pick up my Fiskars trimmer. Rarely. I do use it for thicker stacks of paper because with the rotary you can go over like this. Now the other thing, which I do not use this for, but you can get replacement blades and you can also get a scoring blade, okay? I don't use this to score with. I like my scoreboards. I am a scoreboard fan. I love them and I use them. But for this one, if you want to, you can pick up the scoring blade so you can use them both, okay? Love this dude. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. If you're a Cricut Access member, you do get an extra 10% off. So you get this with my code and your access. It's crazy cheap. No, the blades are super cheap, and the same code works on them, okay? Same code. The only thing I know of that the code doesn't work on is like I think either the new machines or some of the machines, but there you go. Some Fiskars trimmers I struggle with. There you go. Blades are $3.74 for 2 of them. And then put your codes on it, okay? You won't hate this guy. You'll be so glad you have him in your craft room. He's the only one I pick up. He's it. I promise. That's it. All right. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Monica. Hold on. I forgot that. See this little section right here? This is where you can store your replacement blades. When you get them, they're like little cartridges, kind of, not really, but you can pop them right into this section and your replacement blades will be right on the back. Brilliant. It also has these little feet back here. Yeah, there you go. All right. But if you're not on Prime, you got to pay shipping if they're not Prime. On Cricut, you don't. I want to make that clear. A lot of people don't understand this. On Cricut.com, which is another one of my favorite things, if you're an Access member because of your Cricut, you get 10% off your purchases anyway because you're an Access member. If you use my code, you get to stack it. That's another 15% off plus free shipping, okay? So you get to stack those things up. So by the time you stack all this down, they're so cheap. You can have Prime, but items may not be Prime. You got to remember that. I have Prime too. I love Prime, use Prime all the time. Ordered 4 things yesterday. The issue is some things don't come on Prime. So don't think just because something's sold at Cricut.com it's more expensive. That's typically not the truth. Typically, Cricut.com is cheaper than anybody when you put your coupon codes on. So, girl, go find that password because it's awesome. All right. You can find out about my classes on MaymayMadeIt.com. All right. Adhesive. That was paper cutter. Now then, yeah, but is that with your 10% off too? Let me see. What's next? That was paper cutters. What's the next thing you want to know my favorite thing would be? Those are the 2 things I get asked constantly. What is that glue you're using? What's your favorite paper cutter? That's the thing I think people struggle with more than anything. I'm looking around the room. I have a lot of favorite things, but I want to tell you what you want to know. The first thing that pops up is what we're going to. Scissors. Great. Let's do it. Okay. I have lots of pairs of scissors that I love for all different reasons. So here we go. Let me pull these dudes out. Is this all I got right here? It is. Oh, and these. Okay. Scissors first, then we'll go to all the other. So obviously I adore the Tim Holtz scissors. I have all 3 sizes, but I do not have the middle one in here right now. I love this because I like to use these for things like snipping metal. I just like them. They're very utilitarian. I love the handles. These are the new minis. They're called the micros, I think. Love these guys, okay? This is the big long pair. I also adore this pair. I use this one a lot in my wreath making or my home decor crafts. Like if I'm setting up for a party, this is so interesting. If I'm setting up for a party, these guys are in my party bag to go do anything. If I'm cutting gift wrap, oh my gosh, this big long blade. I love it. I actually probably use these more for home decor and things like that than I do for paper crafting. But these guys right here have become my favorites for paper crafting real quick, okay? But these, love these little guys, okay? I love the cutter bees. I've used them for years. I have to say you sound like a good one. Oh, these are cutter bees. I think all of you guys have seen cutter bees before. I adore them. I've used them forever. I used to have a pair from Close to My Heart and I dropped them and messed the tip up, so I replaced them with cutter bees and I haven't been sad. I will tell you, these are fussy cutting scissors. I love these for fussy cutting. This pair right here, you can fussy cut with. As a matter of fact, my tomorrow video, you'll see me fussy cut with these. They do have a slight serrated edge, and you can use them in such a way that the serration doesn't show up on the page. I've shown that before in a review of these guys. So if you don't want to have the serration or you don't want to deal with that little bit of serrated edge, then you'll want to use something like this that's smoother. These are my favorites. I wish I had my third ones right here, the middle ones, but I don't, but I do have them. They're just not in here. These are my favorite scissors. Now I want to talk to you real quick too about something else, okay? I love rotary cutters for my wreath making. So I'm going to show you something. I purchased these at Walmart. These are by Fiskars. And do they have a model number? No. What I like about them is they have this like protector to keep me from cutting myself whenever I'm not using it. Okay, but you can turn this and open the blade, and these are fantastic. You can see how dirty they are. I use them for mesh and deco mesh. See all that crap in there? I use them to cut burlap and stuff like that. So I love this rotary. It's great. It was really inexpensive. No big deal. This one though, I love this guy, and if you have him, he's fine. This one was sent to me by a company to review. The company's called Evergreen Art Supply. You guys might remember they sent me a pencil sharpener too to review. I really didn't think I was going to really care for these much, but you know what? I do like them, and there's a couple reasons. One is, and I think I have them locked. Yeah, they have a safety. Did I have them locked? No, I had them unlocked. They have a safety here that you can push in, and when you have that, they won't squeeze. So this is really good for like the kiddos in your craft room. But with that being locked, this blade won't come out where you can touch it. But if you unlock it, you can squeeze that blade out. Now, at first I thought, I'm not going to like that because I'm going to have to remember to squeeze that blade out every time I cut. But I have discovered that I like having to squeeze it because it also reminds me to keep my pressure firm on the thing I'm cutting. Does that make sense? Like I like having to squeeze that blade out. I don't know why that is, but it does matter to me. It makes a difference. Now, why are you, there we go. There we go. It wasn't working for me. It is a stiffer blade than this one. You do have to press and push it, but I did end up liking it. And this one, like I said, is from Evergreen Art Supply. I think they sell on Amazon. I'm not sure. This is the 45mm, if that matters. I like these guys, but these work just fine as well. So rotaries and regular. Also, I want to clarify something. You don't have to have all of this stuff. I collect craft supplies. I have forever, even before I have my store. And I'm showing you things I've used forever. Now, since we've had the store, I have gone out on searches to find things that everybody would love. So that's kind of where we're at. All right, the next favorite thing. I saw somebody mention bone folders. This is the only bone folder I use right now. I have had in the past, I owned a silicone one, or not a silicone, a Teflon one for a while. They are beautiful and they do great work, but I just didn't want to reinvest in it, so I've got this one. Because the only thing I really use my bone folder for is for creasing paper. So I don't really, it doesn't bother me, although I know those Teflon ones are great, so if you want one, invest in that. The thing I like about this one is the way it holds in my hand, for one thing, and I just like it. It just works well. It has kind of this flat edge you can use if you want. Like if you want to just kind of do like this, you can use it. I like this one. I had the pink one too. It was cute. It worked fine. This is just the one I really like. And this is the one we carry in the store. Because I should say this. Most of the tools we have in the store are my favorite things. But this is just one I really like. It's the only bone folder that I have besides these guys. These are from the We Are Memory Keeper boards, and I use them in the boards, and a lot of times I forget to put them back, so I just put them in my little holder next to my station. And I gotta show y'all something next to my work surface. Okay, so if you were here, let me do this one. If you were here the other day and I was like, guys, I'm in love with this thing. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby, blah, blah, blah. I was so in love with it. I still love it, okay? But I gotta show you something. I found this at Dollar General. And I am more than in love with this little guy. Look at this container. First off, I love how clean it looks on the front. Let me see if I can show you. It's like this, it's almost like a, who's it made by? Maybe Rubbermaid? I don't know. See how it looks like basket weave? I'm in love with this guy. Found it at Dollar General. And then look at these pockets in here. Can you see them? Love these guys. I just love it. So, I thought I heard somebody open the door. So, this dude is now my new favorite caddy. Do you see all the stuff I can get in here? All the stuff. Dollar General, it was like $3. It was not expensive at all. There's that one. Now I want to show you something else I got while I was at Dollar General. And I'm going to go back and get more of them. I found this guy also there, made exactly like the other one. Can you see this? This is that same weave, right? Okay. And look how I can do this. Look what I can put in here. How cool is this where I can put all of my punches in here. I love this guy so much. This is well worth like the $3 or $4 that it is. Good for you. Go get these and get every one you find because they're sturdy and neat. And look how cool that looks. Now you do have to squeeze these to put them in there, right? But I love it. The chopper holder is awesome. I love it. Dollar General, that's where I found it. Okay. Somebody's next question, I saw a lot of questions. Somebody's next question was, what is your favorite cardstock? Okay. I have a favorite my very favorite cardstock. I'm just gonna pull it out right here. This is my very favorite cardstock. Neenah 110 pound. However, this is my favorite cardstock for card bases. And I also love to emboss with embossing folders with this cardstock. It is amazing. It's so thick and rich. Like, look, this is the 110 pound. Hear that? Amazing. I love this stuff. So that's the 110 pound. The other thing I'm in love with lately, and I'm just going to tell you something. You need to get yourself a pack of this paper. And the reason is, you will not believe the quality until you have it in your hand. I have it all mixed into my paper over here. Here's 2 different colors of it. This is a pack that we carry that comes in multiple colors. This paper is Neenah, okay? But it's Neenah textures, and I love it. Can you see the texture on this paper? Look at that kind of stripe that's built in. And look at this. This paper is 65 pound, I think, but it's just incredibly beautiful paper. I just love it. This one comes in a pack that has the red, the blue, the khaki, or the craft. It also has gray in it. Here's some gray. I'm trying to get them all out because they're all in my little container. Here's the gray. This pack's amazing. I love it. Now, we're looking to get more colors in as it becomes available, but I found this same cardstock at Walmart, and that's how I discovered it the first time when I was walking through my Walmart, and I have not been sad since. It also comes in white. That same pack, you get all these colors together. Let me get the white and show you because it's beautiful. It's just, the white reminds me of snowfall. Just with the texture, see that texture? Oh, I love this paper so much. And like I said, we're gonna get more colors as we can. The other thing I love, which we're trying to get, is 65 pound and 80 pound Neenah. I have not found Neenah that I don't like. Honestly, that's the case. I have also used in the past other things, and I'll tell you, I don't sell it because I'm not able to because we have an online store, but the Stampin' Up! Cardstock is incredibly beautiful. The Close to My Heart cardstock is incredibly beautiful. And the Basil, I love Basil cardstock. It's not like I don't hoard it, but I love Basil. Neenah, it's not spelled that way. Somebody type it for her. I don't love Recollections cardstock. I'm glad you mentioned that. I've had a lot of Recollections in the past. It's not my favorite. But you know what's funny? It was my favorite until I started using the Neenah, or until I started using a little more expensive, and then I was like, holy cow, holy cow. I'm just going to tell you, that was such a good question you just asked. What do you recommend for new crafters starting out? Here's what I recommend. Don't go buy a bunch of cheap stuff. Oh yeah, Gina K stuff is beautiful. That's another good one. Thank you for mentioning that. Don't go buy a bunch of cheap stuff because you think, I'm a new crafter, I need cheap product just to test it out. You can pick yourself up a pack or 2 of some cheap paper, but get yourself a good card base. Don't waste your money on crappy cardstock to make cards. You'll be sad with the outcome. You'll be sad about it because it'll be flimsy and it won't be as good as you want your product to be. So don't think just because you're a beginner you shouldn't splurge on some things. I think your base cardstock, you should splurge on it. Like, you know, your Neenah 110, you should splurge on that, okay? The stuff you put on top can be less expensive. That's just me. All right, the next question. Oh, we already went over a little bit of, not all adhesive. I don't use tape runners. I used to use tape runners, and my favorite used to be an ATG gun. I used an ATG forever. Let me pull these out. But now I don't use tape runners. I was introduced to this tape by my friend Jamie at, what is she now? Craft Chameleon. And I fell in love with this tape, and we started carrying it. And oh my gosh, it's amazing. And it's so affordable. And we have it in 2 sizes. One of the sizes is sold out right now. We're waiting to get it in from the manufacturer. I want to say it's the 5 or it might be the 8. But this is the best tear. Like you can tear this tape. See this? And it's like, how do I say it? It's, you know, double-sided. If I had it on paper, I could peel this backer off and it would leave my adhesive down on the piece. The reason I fell in love with it, Jamie said to me, you can use this tape with fabric. And I was like, what? She's like, you can. I use it with fabric on my headband. She has blanks and stuff. She has acrylic blanks at her store. She's craftchameleon.com. And she uses this on like making headbands and stuff. So when I got it, I was like, you are kidding me. And sure enough, this stuff's great. So this is the dry adhesive that I use. I use art glitter glue wet. I use this dry. Okay. I don't think I use any other adhesive. This one is this same stuff, but in a full sheet. Okay. You did a hem? Look at you, girl. Go, Roberta. This is a full sheet, and we carry this in 5 packs. Oh my goodness, y'all. If you have seen me do composition notebooks, I use this on my composition notebooks instead of Mod Podge or instead of wet adhesive. Because you know, whenever you put down when you use a wet adhesive on paper, naturally it's going to break it down because water and paper don't mix, okay? Unless it's watercolor paper, then that kind of mixes. But when you put this down and put your like cover on, this guy right here does not like warp your paper. I love these full sheets, and it's the same as this, and that's why we carry it. So there's my dry adhesive. I don't even have a tape runner in here anymore. Nope, that's not true. I do have a tape runner in here. It's up in a basket up there, but I don't use a tape runner. I just use that. Now, something brand new to me, which is not new to the crafty world, and I have not really played with these much, but these were recommended to me, are the adhesive dots. And we have put these in the store in like 4 different sizes or something. I love anything that's convenient like this, how I can just pull this out and grab a dot. So this, I'm not saying this is like my favorite thing because I haven't bought into it 100% yet, but I haven't really played with it either. So I do have these available as an option. And foam squares. Now here's the thing. I'm a little different about foam squares. I love these. There's a thing I like about them. I love that these are not connected to each other, for one thing. They're super easy to get, okay? I mean, to get off of here, right? I love the size of them, and I love the thickness of them. They're not as thick as a lot that you might see out there in the craft stores. They're a little thinner, okay? We do ship to the UK. And the pack comes with 2 sizes. You get 217 of them in 2 sizes. You get a 1/4 inch size, and this looks like almost a 1/2 inch is what the other one is. These are white, these are black. I find myself using the black more often because they kind of hide in the shadow of the dimension of the project and you don't really see them. Pretty much regardless of the color of the project you're doing, the black will just kind of hide between the pieces, which I love. Let me see if I can show you something. Like here's a piece of white paper and here's a piece of, and it's on white. See that? So see how it just kind of hides in the shadow and you're not looking at something, just a big white thing in there? I tend to grab for this more than I do the white ones, which that's just me. But I love these guys right here. I've loved them for a very long time. Before we had the store or anything, these are the ones I grabbed onto. I used to use the ones from Hobby Lobby called, oh goodness, they had a really cute name. Oh man, what were they called? Sticky Doos. I used to use those all the time. And I started using these and just have loved them. Have kept going with them. Love them. All right, there was a question about, oh, let's see. Let me see what else there is. Let me just look. All right, so we've talked a lot of things. The next person that pops up a topic, that's what I'm gonna start on. I think that's the easiest way to do it. It may not be everybody's question. We'll get to Q&As kind of as we go through. Maybe we'll stop and do a little Q&A in a few minutes, but you bought the dots? Oh man, that went too fast. Oh, my mementos. Check this out. I'm so glad you asked that question. So this is the little bubble pack that it came in, right? I saved these bubble packs and I saved them in here forever, okay? Loved, I just stacked them on top of each other in their little blister pack and kept it just like this, right? Then I found this. I got this at Walmart, this package. I knew I had a hole I didn't put one of these in. Hold on a second. This came from Walmart. I want to say I got it on clearance on the end of the aisle for like $3 or something. And I knew when I bought it, I should have got about 20 of them, but I didn't. So I went ahead and tried this out the other day when I was cleaning my craft room, and it works. I love it. And I'm not going to say this was my idea. I saw you guys doing it on my Facebook group, and so what I did was thought, hey, will mine work? And sure enough, this thing's amazing. Now, this is 3 sets of the inks, and we carry all 3 sets. This is the 3 sets. And oh my gosh, I love these inks. I just want to play with these inks all day long. But what I love here is I can put the lid on them, and then I'm able to take them with me anywhere I want to go. So I do have to pick up another one because all 3 sets won't fit in here. So I just kept this one sitting on top of it. But I am going to pick up another one, and any space I have left over, I'm either going to fill with some other ink like this or just a different kind of ink. This is how I store my mementos. Now here's the thing. I love to store my other inks. Well, first let me do this. This is my ink and a little bit of embossing basket, okay? These are some of my favorites too. I pretty much only keep like my favorite things in my craft room because I just don't care to have all that other stuff anymore, right? So we'll just go through this a little bit. So here's inks. This is how I store distress inks. I knew that was gonna be there. But these little tins, love these guys. I think I love them so much because they're just so together, you know, like the ink fits in here perfect. And Tim just brought out a new one of these to have for colors for his crayons. Yes, we have oxides on order. But these, we have these in our store, but I think you guys bought them up the last time we did the ink dragging, so they're coming back. So there's that. Then I love, the only full size distress I have anymore is this one. I use Vintage Photo as my like go-to inker around pages. So I do have this one in full size, but it's the only full size one I keep anymore, if that helps you. Okay, Versamark. I have 2 in here, but either one of these would work. I probably reach for the big one more than I do the little one, but we do carry the little one, like if you ever just want to get a tester. But my Versamarks, I just keep them together in this basket. And this basket sits beside my workstation so I can grab it real quick for ink or just get into it. I have not given this the love I need to. I've not played with it like I should. I've not given it the love I should. But Christopher's Raven ink is a beautiful ink. Let me open it. Look how beautiful that pad is, so dark and black. But I just haven't given it the love I need to. So I'm not calling it a favorite thing, but I am telling you that he does beautiful work with it when I watch him use it. It's just I've not done what I should do. So I should do more work with that one. These 2 right here, those are my favorite. These are my favorite, Memento and Versafine. I don't think any sentiment should ever be stamped without Versafine. I think it's beautiful. And this is for my alcohol markers. So that's pretty much how I use these. This one is my workhorse. If you're gonna buy one ink, you're not gonna have any other ink in your collection, get this one. Don't save money, don't buy the cheaper stuff. We do have masking. We do have masking paper. Don't buy the cheaper stuff. Trust me, you will be so happy with how the images come out when you purchase Versafine. The Memento used to be my go-to, but it's a little pale, it's a little light. And you can struggle a little bit with this when you're first starting out inking. You have to learn how to make this work for you. And for me, the best place to make it work is in a MISTI, is in a stamping tool, right? So there's Memento. And then everyone needs to have some stays on in their collection. This one is for non-porous surfaces like acetate or plastic or even tile. Like I've used this on tiles before. I love it. And everybody should have some. Also, let me just tell you something. Don't fuss at me for sniffing ink. Somebody's gonna say something. This ink smells so good. This ink smells like almond extract or cherries, and I love it. I love this ink. So everybody needs some stays on. I get asked that question too. How do you say it? Stays on. See that line over the A? That makes me say stays on, okay? By the way, I used to think this was like the best ink in the world for everything, but it's not. It's really good for what it's for, but it's not for your everyday paper crafting. This is not the one for every day, but if you're going to stamp on anything else. These are some I had from a long time ago that now that I have my little ones, I never take these out, but I don't want to get rid of them because they're still good. So I just have them in here like so. My favorite white ink is this one. I will say this is my favorite white ink. I love it. You can emboss it. So much you can do with this. I love this white ink. This is the Brutus Monroe Alabaster. I have 2 of his embossing powders, which are amazing. I love these. I also use the Nuvo ones. Those are my 2 favorites there. I do not love this one anymore. I used to like this, but since I started using the other ones, this one's not my favorite. I keep it because it's clear and it's kind of utilitarian, but like if I was out of it, I wouldn't freak out. Little bit of some re-inkers. This white re-inker, I like to use it to make snow because it's just really, like you could just, you know, sprinkle it on the page. Love this white re-inker. And then here's Christopher's inks, and he sent me these, and I do love his inks. I'm not going to tell you that I don't. They stain your stamps. If you're not a person that likes stains on your stamps, I don't really care because my stamp's still going to work. These inks are beautiful. They're multi-purpose. They do all kinds of stuff. He can teach you better than I can. I'm not very good at that. I don't carry these in the store because, like I said, I haven't like decided they're like my very favorite ink in the world, but I do think they're probably the most versatile inks I've ever seen because they can do anything from permanent applications to they can be embossed with. They can do anything. All right, then let me put this stuff back in and I'm gonna show you my very favorite ink. Wow, I'm such an ink hoarder. I'm really not. I just have my favorites, right? Oh, my color VersaFines. These guys are the best of both worlds for me, okay? I have my VersaFine black in the big pad that I love for my sentiments, but these color VersaFines, if you've got them, y'all just say amen right now because you know these make beautiful images. Now, you can't color with these. You can watercolor with them, but you can't color with them with alcohol markers because it will smear them. And I've done a video. Look, there's my first amen. They are so delicious. Like, I can't even tell you. Matter of fact, let's look at this one. Where's Vintage Sepia. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Ooh, now I just messed everything up. Look at this. Even the pad is sort of variegated. It's not ombre. It's sort of variegated. This is the color called Vintage Sepia. It gets a lot of use in my craft room. Probably, though, the one out of this that I use the most is Habanero. I mean, you just got to know that this color, let me just show you the pad. And they're very true to their ink pads, aren't they? Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so beautiful. Now, something I want to point out to you, because you're probably thinking, wow, you have a lot of inks. Well, each of these inks have their own properties, okay? So it's important that you know. These guys right here react with water. They can't be used for everything. These have a pretty specific purpose in my craft room, right? So that's why I have the distress inks. These guys are the same way. They're kind of specific. I can use them for watercoloring. I love to use the VersaFine to stamp images because they're beautiful, even the black or the color, okay? These guys, like I said, were sent to me, but I probably still would have purchased them because I like to support my friends, and Christopher is a very good friend of mine. And this white ink, absolutely my favorite. I love it. I've used others. That's my favorite. Versamark, everybody's got to have Versamark if you like to do any heat embossing. Or Christopher also has a watermark pad too, and I'm sure it would be amazing. I just don't have that one. And yeah, so I really don't have like every ink in the world, but I have collected these over 5 or 6 years. These are not something that I just, you know, go grab and buy. There's my ink collection. Yes, the oxide inks are coming, and I hope I'm as excited as Jennifer was, because wow, was she. I missed that one. I missed that big comment. All right, the next thing that pops up, I'm going to it next. Whatever I see next. That was inks. I think we did a pretty inclusive job of inks. I think we did a good job on that one. Stamp cleaner. Oh my gosh, there's only one. There is only one. I'm going to show you too. We're going to clean a stamp together so I can show you. What stamp do I have that's the dirtiest? Come here, dirty stamps. Let me find one. Shouldn't be hard to find, to be honest with you. Not in this craft room. Oh, I used this one today. Let's just see if we can get some dirt off of this one. Okay. We may not can because I did use baby wipes with these. So this is my relic stamp set, which gets used all the time. All the time. And baby wipe. I don't really have a favorite baby wipe, but these are unscented. They're just baby wipes. They're unscented. I don't know. They might be alcohol free. I'm sure they probably are for baby wipes. Okay. Squeaky Clean Stamp Cleaner. Oh my goodness, I love this stuff. He's just reformulated it as well. I want to tell you why. I was playing with it one day and it messed up my manicure because it's so strong, right? And I said something about it, and Christopher's like, that's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to reformulate it. And he was telling me how they had been testing it, which is hilarious. And he said, now it won't mess up your manicure. This is the old formulation. It still won't mess these up because these aren't like regular nails. They're different. But I want to show you how I use it, okay? Squeaky Clean cleaner. I spray it onto a wet wipe, or I can use a paper towel with this. I just spray it like that, okay? Then I'm going to take this one because I use this one a lot today. Let me get a block. Hold on. Okay, acrylic block, pick this up. And now, that stamp really doesn't look all that dirty, but watch how much will come off. How much ink we can get off of it. Now, I did clean these when I used them, so they're not real. I need a stained one. That one didn't do so great. There is some dirt there. Let's try this one. No, let's try this one. I don't think I cleaned it yesterday. The problem is I've been doing better at cleaning my stamps. I used to come on Facebook and I'd be like, all right, guys, it's time to clean our stamps. You can't see that on there, but that's white ink that I used in here and it just came off on there. Let me find a dirty one. Come on. I know good and well I have a dirty stamper in here. I am not that clean with my stamps. Oh, no, those aren't very dirty either. Let me see how this one does. I played with this one yesterday too, but I did clean them really well. That's my problem. I don't think there's anything on that. But Squeaky Clean is my favorite. If you've watched me clean before with, there we go. Can you see some of that came off? If you've watched me clean before with the Squeaky Clean, you'll know because you see me take some really dirty stamps and just make them crystal clear. Unless they're stained with certain inks. Certain inks will stain your stamps and that's not going to come off. But it's not that big of a deal to me. All right, let me put this back. Let me just see if I can get something off of this one. Let's just see. Wow, I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud that my stamps are so clean. You remember when I cleaned my stamps? I know I used to never, and now they're so clean, I can't believe it. I'm so shocked. I used to never clean my stamps, y'all. I would just put them back on here and go. But I try to clean them now, which is, I don't know, I try to. So you have to put effort in. Oh well, I used to have dirty stamps. But this guy, this is really good stuff. I know what I can show you. Let's see if I can do this. This one has cleaner on it. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm so sad that I'm not able to show you this. All right, wet wipe. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe this away. I may have Squeaky Clean on the counter though. That may not help. So I'm going to wipe this up with a wet wipe. This is my work surface I use all the time. See that dirt, right? That's just wiping it up. Now I'm going to get another clean wet wipe to show you, and I'm going to spray it with Squeaky Clean and see if there's a difference. There usually is. So let me see. Oh, Amanda's not here. Do you need her? Were y'all yelling for her to do something? I ripped this wet wipe, so I had to fold it. All right, Squeaky Clean, down. Ready? What's the difference between VersaFine and VersaColor? Nothing. The color ones I showed you, nothing. Color. All right, let's just see. Look. You saw me do that. See the difference? I knew you'd see it. Oh, there's Amanda. Sorry. Look at that. Told you. Squeaky Clean. Love it. Okay. Do you ever use stamp cleaning pads? I don't. Not since I got this. This is what I use. All the time. All right, that's the only stamp cleaner I have in this room besides baby wipes. I do use baby wipes, okay? Scoring tool. Good question. I love this one. So, let me do I like to tell y'all the full disclosure. Let me see if I can find my old one because I don't throw those things away when I love something. Let's see. Okay. No. Where are you at, little guy? Where are you at, little guy? Show yourself. He doesn't want to come out and play. Okay, I'll just have to explain it. I used to have a scoring tool like this. This is really like a dotting tool. You know what I'm saying? So here's a small dot on this end and a bigger dot on the other end. I purchased one of these that was wood handled and I loved it, okay? Well, when we started the store, we went on a search to find this dotting tool to put in the store, and the problem was the company that I was getting mine from had stopped making them. Now they were still on the shelves, but they weren't available to purchase anymore, okay? So I contacted my distributor and told her what I was looking for, and she found this one. Now I went through about 5 of these before I landed on this particular one. I tried a whole bunch of them and they were too weak or too, I even thought I had found it, and we put it in the store and I was like, that's the one. And then I found this one and went, no, this is the one. A couple things I love about are these rubber handles that's real easy to grip, right? The best part is this bead that's kind of the bigger bead. Whenever you get a scoring tool of any kind, this one, any kind, what you want to make sure of is that it doesn't go into the crease of your scoreboard. If it does, it's going to rip your paper. It makes sense, right? It's like cutting. This end, the small end, goes in too deep and you will cut the paper. But this end, I love to score with this guy. I love the feel of it, right? And I'll tell you something really cool. I saw, actually we had a class here, a birthday party for one of my subscribers. She scheduled a crafty afternoon for her birthday. Actually, her kids did that for her. It was super nice. And she was showing her mom, I thought this was so smart. Her mom was holding it straight up and down like this and sliding down, and it wasn't working great. And she said, Mom, hold it at an angle and pull it towards you. And I'd never said that. I never thought about saying that to you guys. And I was like, how smart that she says, hold it at an angle and pull it towards you. Because some of you guys may struggle with that whole pushing straight down, and that's probably a reason you can get off track. Another reason you can get off track is if you press too lightly, but you're pressing lightly because you're scared to cut the paper, right? This guy right here, I can press as hard as I want and it's not going to cut the paper. It might cut the paper if I press like really on purpose, but because it's not going into the grooves of my scoreboard, it's not going to cut the paper. I love this guy. He's really affordable. We sell out of it all the time. We keep it in stock. We order it all the time, but you guys buy it up and I love it. That's the embossing tool that I use, and it's literally the only one I reach for. That's it. All right. What's the next one? Hi, Barbara. I'm just looking for the next thing. Can I tell something about me? You're going to love this. Okay, alcohol markers. I don't do hacks much in my craft room. Like, I'm not much of a hacker. I think it's because I thought about this about myself the other day. Like the whole, everybody tells me to put washi tape on my on my magnets for my Misty, or dryer sheets for embossing and all that kind of stuff. I'm not much of a hacker, but I'm gonna tell you why I think I'm not. My daddy always taught me that when you have the right tool for the job, it's done easier. He didn't say it like that. He said, there was a saying, you guys probably know it. He used to say that all the time. I think he instilled in me to get a tool for each job that does what it should do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't use hacks. I think you should. I'm just saying I don't tend to go to hacks much, and I think that's because of how he raised me. Is that funny? Like, we get that stuff in our head. It doesn't change things in the grand scheme of things, but it's just the way I was raised. All right, markers. Here's the thing about markers. I don't know the best alcohol marker. I'm not going to tell you that I do. I'm not even going to pretend that I know the best alcohol marker, because I don't. I'm actually not much of an alcohol marker user, except for the fact I have a lot of them. So I'm just going to bring one of these over here. This is one layer of my Spectre Noir collection, okay? This is my newest love, are these guys. I have this collection. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 6 times 12. Somebody do the math fast. I have a lot of these markers. The reason I went with these markers, I'll just tell you. For Christmas one year, I asked for Copic markers, and I was kind of showing what I do at Christmas, or what I really used to do all the time. Thank you. Can y'all believe that? I could have done it with a calculator, guys. Anyway, I take pictures of things at like the craft stores and give it to my husband, and then he shows it to like my in-laws, and he shows it to the kids, and that's how they pick out what I want for Christmas. Well, I showed them the Copic markers, but the problem was they really couldn't pick out the Copic markers for me, because they're much more detailed. They're much more you need to know about them to know which ones you're buying and things like that. I do not think that's bad, and when I watch people use Copic markers, I'm blown away. They do some amazing stuff with Copic markers. Well, I loved the idea that I could purchase these in sets, right? I got this set. They were, 6 in a set. This is my favorite. I loved it. I bought all the sets all at one time, and I had all the colors. I do not keep them in color order. Some people would probably lose their mind if they saw how I keep my markers. And I really love these guys. And I started to learn to blend with them. But I found out real quick, I'm not a big fan of that style of coloring. It's not my thing. That could change. I could wake up tomorrow and be all about that because I'm a creative person and that's what I do. But I did discover that I like these for what I use them for, and that's coloring. I'm not blending or any of that kind of stuff. Do I think these are the best marker on the market? I really don't think these are the best marker on the market. There are things about them I don't love. There are things about them I do love. One thing I love is this nib on this end. I really like it. I use it 90% of the time. I rarely use this nib on the backside unless I'm coloring paper. Like if I need a specific color of cardstock, I might use it. But I do like these markers and they work perfect for what I do. If you're an alcohol marker artist, I think you need to really ask someone besides me. Let's be honest, I'm not the best with this. Now these guys, I really have fallen in love with these, and I'm really glad that we decided to get them in the store. We really weren't going to get markers until I discovered these. And the thing I like about them, these are called coloristas, and they're made for people, like I say, they're made for people like me who want to color. And that's what I do with these guys. Here's why I like the coloristas. They have these two smaller nibs, okay? I'm gonna use a lighter color so I can show you the nib. The nibs are smaller. I'm gonna open both ends of them. So you can really color better with these. See how I've got this really tiny pointy nib and then this a little bit thicker nib here? I just really love that idea here that these are made for colorers, and I love to color my stamps with them because I can get into the little tiny crevices with them. But remember, I'm not a blender of colors. I'm not a person who does that. I just like to color. The other thing I love about these colorista markers is that they come in color families. And I think that's kind of cool because I know a lot of people who struggle putting their color families together or picking out the colors to go together. And these guys, I've actually got all of them because I love them that much. They come in six different ones. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, no, number 6 and number 5. My favorite of them is number 5. I adore this color combination. That's another thing. Look on the package. See the color combinations, how they work together? I just love these guys for coloring. Again, they're not, you can blend these. They are alcohol markers, so they blend. But I'm not that style of colorer, so I think my safest answer to you about what's the best alcohol marker is to watch somebody who colors like you want to color and see if you like the results they get with what they use. I think that's a fair answer. And I'm not the one because I don't do any blending. I've tried. I just don't have the patience. All right. Someone was holding a question. What was it? What was the question? I was going to keep this to 1 hour, but I just don't see how we can. They bleed through the paper. Yes, the ones I just showed you work exactly like my paper. I'll have to tell you about that. They work exactly like other alcohol markers. They do bleed through the paper. Now, they can bleed outside the lines if you're heavy-handed, but I kind of learn how to use them to keep from that happening. Okay? Let's talk paper. If you go look at my craft room tour from 2016, you'll see my paper stack. It's like 3-drawer Rubbermaid stacks that I put on top of each other, and they're just drawers for 12 by 12 paper, and that's where I keep the majority of my paper. I don't actually have a whole lot of paper, you'd be surprised, but I want to show you what I've started doing recently, and I love this. Now, this is not for everybody, but I want to show you. Because I make videos for a living, okay, I want you to remember this. I have to have stuff kind of handy to me, and so here's what I did. Oh my Lord, this thing weighs a ton. I didn't know it weighed that much. So this is one of those plastic, like, weave deals again. I got these at, I think, Walmart on clearance, but let me show you this. This section here are my 12 by 12 paper kits that are my favorites that I just like to grab first, right? So these are the kit papers. Like, I've got some illustrated Faye. They're not in order or anything. There's like a winter pack. There's a Christmas pack. I just love these. This section here is my colors for, like, these are just like my solid colors. This is Nina also, by the way, that I pick up at Walmart. I love this color packet. I think it's called Astro Brights. And this is like 2 or 3 packs of it. I don't organize it. I just flip through it. Then I want to show you what I did because I love this, and this is not for everybody. My little scraps of paper that I like to do sentiments with and things like that. In this basket, I put 2 pieces of plain chipboard. There's a piece right here that you can see my finger on, and there's a piece right here, okay? Between it, I've been tossing my scraps in here. So these are scraps of paper that I can just, like white paper. Like here's a scrap of white paper. Gray paper. Here's some gray. I've just been tossing it between these 2 guys right here. Remember though, I craft like 5 days a week. I paper craft almost 5 days a week. So I like being able to go, oh, here's a piece for a sentiment, you know? Now in the past, I've kept my scraps in 2 drawers that you can see in my craft room tour. And I've kept a light drawer and a dark drawer. That's how I've normally done it. And this is not a long-term solution for scraps. This is like my everyday, I'm gonna grab these scraps out, okay? Then I've got my 110-pound Nina right there. I got a bunch of 6x6 pads that I love right here. And this is probably my favorite thing in my craft room. This is one of those, at the end of school, back to school time, you know how you can get these little cheap one subject notebooks? I use these guys as scrap paper. Let me show you, see this? So I'll just like put this on my work surface and use this and just let it soak up whatever goes on there. So some of this stuff is notes that I've taken, obviously. Hold on, let me find some more scrap. Like here's a good piece. So I just use this for scraps instead of a crafting mat, because I'm bad about cleaning up behind myself. And so I find that I'll use the heck out of this guy before I'll clean up a craft mat. Isn't that bad? I know. All right, so that's paper. I gotta move this out of the way. Again, I don't know. I think because I craft so much, because I'm at my craft station so many times, that I have to have this stuff close to me. This is how I do it. And this is like the paper I want right now. If I'm doing a project for, say, Father's Day, I'm probably not gonna have that paper in that piece. I'm gonna have to go into my drawers to get that, right? Okay. What was the next question? Was there another question somebody was holding? Look at my, yeah, I used to save cereal boards, cereal boxes and stuff like that, but can I tell you how spoiled I am? The stamp manufacturer that I use, oh my goodness. I should start like saving these and having like a giveaway for them, because you would love them. The stamp manufacturer I use puts these in the boxes to keep us from cutting through. When we open the boxes, to keep us from cutting into the stamps, there's one of these in like every box. So now I don't have to buy chipboard. I get it that way. Love this stuff. Oh my goodness. I just save it. But I do recycle chipboard. If you find a piece of chipboard that's good, save it. Miss Joan asked how I store my stamps. Well, I used to store them in a binder, and I had a video about it, and I used to store them that way all the time. Then I used to store them in a tray, and I started doing that this year. I had this tray. Well, then my friend Christopher bought this embossing folder holder, and he was showing it, right? And I was like, I think that'll hold stamp sets. And sure enough, I bought one and got it home. And look, that's a 4x6. Matter of fact, Miss Joan, that's yours. That's Cuppa. A 4x6 stamp set fits in here perfect. Now remember, I store 2 at a time, because the set on top is the one that I use in videos that I actually use, and this is the clean one that I show you guys what I'm using. So I have a clean one and a dirty one whenever I'm videoing, right? So this is how I store them. I'm in love with this thing. Now the way I store it, with 2 sets in each pocket, this holds 40 stamps, stamp sets, but because I store it with 2 stamps in each pocket, it won't zip. But when you put 1 stamp set in each pocket, you can zip it up, okay? It is made for embossing folders, but it works perfect for the stamp sets. My suggestion is, let me see if I can show you somewhere. My suggestion is, if I'm gonna store like the average person, which you know would be nice, is just leave the white paper in the slot and put your stamp set in there with that so you can see it. Because if you don't, you end up with, like I was just showing you right here, see how you really can't see what stamp set that is? So keep your white paper behind it. So let me put this guy in here because I took it out. I adore this method so much more than my other ones, and here's the reason. I can just go like la 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 la, just flip through it and see all my stamps. Now this is one, I have 3 of them, but they're not full. This one is full. I have one that's about half full, and then I have one that is not full at all. It's waiting. Now at Thanksgiving, we had these in the store. We can't get them anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the embossing folder storage, I think is what it's called. I haven't been able to get these anymore, but as soon as I can get these back, I'm going to, because these are such an incredible deal. But so far, I do sell the big ones in the store, yes ma'am. But I haven't been able to get these back since Black Friday, but I love these for my Do Craft stamps. You recognize the Build-A-Tree and all these big background stamps that they do? And that's my mama's set that she did. I like this for my bigger stamps, but I can't get it right now, but I'm gonna do my best. We have been trying to get them back, but we've had no luck, but we're trying. So this one's by Do Crafts. It's called the folder, the stamp folder, I think. And you know, all Do Craft stamps come with that pocket they're already in, and it works perfect. So since I started storing them like this, I love it. And I keep that big pack on a table, so when I'm ready to stamp, I just flip through it like I'm looking through you know what it reminds me of, why I think I love it? Do you remember back in the day when we'd go to the fabric store and we'd look through all the pattern catalogs? That's what it reminds me of, and I love it. Okay, there was another storage question. You guys love storage. I could do nothing but storage all day long. What's next? Essential punches. You're asking the wrong person. You know why? Because if it's a punch, I want to own it. If it's a punch, I want it. That's all there is to it. Like, I think you should have circle punches like crazy. Every circle punch you can put your hand on, you can never have enough. You can never have too big or too small circle punches. Anybody amen me on that? Nobody can have enough circle punches. Border punches, I'm a little different about. I like a good generic border punch, but I don't like border punches that are too ornate. I don't care for them to be too ornate. That's something about me. I'll look at one, and if it's too ornate, I won't do it. Square punches, I don't think you can have too many square punches, any size. I think you can use them for anything. What other punches are, the Martha Stewart branch punch. Oh my gosh. The reason I love that one, and matter of fact, I almost used it today. You guys know I made the Easter wreath with the grapevine wreath. Well, I almost made a card with a grapevine wreath on it like that, because I know I can with that. You're probably going to see me do that. So nobody steal my idea. Let me do it first, and then we'll go from there. But I thought I could make a bunny like this for a card with the Martha Stewart branch punch. Also, punches that emboss and punch. Those are some of my favorites. And punch boards. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. I love a punch board. You name it. But if you can only have one, get the 1, 2, 3 board. Favorite punch board. Any punch questions? Any more punch questions? Like, I used to like, and I still do, my favorite place to find punches is TJ Maxx, because they'll put them on clearance, and I love that. What are your favorite card embellishments, and how do you keep them? I'm not big on embellishments. That's so funny. Like, let me show you. You're gonna laugh. If you said to me, what are your card embellishments? Here you go. With the exception of things that have been sent to me, like things that I get from like Gareth, because I do design team work for him, and some of the time I have been kind of lax. But stuff like that, I have that in a separate drawer. But here's my pearls. This is literally how this is. Yeah, I'm addicted to punches. Do y'all want to know how I store them? Did anybody ask me? You'll see it in my craft room tour. They're in a shoe organizer hanging on the back of my craft room door, and it is loaded. Matter of fact, when I cleaned up the other day, I'm like, I got to go buy another one because I love them. Check out my craft room tour. You'll see all of that. It's the same setup I'm in right now. Okay, so here's my pearls. These are the buttons I reach for all the time, but I also have a bag of buttons that I use. These were sent to me by a subscriber, and they are so cute, and I cannot wait to start playing with these. These are little mini flower eyelets. They are gorgeous, and she sent me a bazillion. Here's my brads. You guys, literally, this is it. Here's the chunky glitter that I try to steer clear of. I'm a little crazy about glitter. Here's some eyelets. Those aren't eyelets. They say eyelets. They're brads. Brads. That's it. That's it right there. I just don't go crazy over embellishments, but that's because of the way I craft. If you craft with a lot of embellishments, you're gonna need a whole different setup than me. I just don't use a lot of them. I have a lot of people ask me how to make them. It's just not kind of my thing. Like, if you look and see what my projects look like, you know. Now, I will tell you, I have 3 boxes up here on the very, very top, and they're full of stuff, but I don't even remember what's in them. So I had some sequins in there. There's some in the bottom, not very many. The only time I use a sequin or two is when I'm doing a shaker card, really. I'm not much on sequins on a card. Again, remember, to each his own, how they decorate, right? Here's one of my favorite things that just became a favorite thing this year. This is the Perfect Mini Layers. I'm not going to go into detail on these because I have a video reviewing these on the channel, but I love these. These were worth the investment. There's some things I'm going to tell you, hey, that's worth the investment. This is one of them. You'll find yourself using these a lot. Go watch the video, but these help you get perfectly matted edges around your sentiments and things like that. Love this, guys, right? Love them. All right, what else? While I'm talking rulers, I've had this very same Tim Holtz ruler for 5 or 6 years, and I love it to death. It's my favorite, so there's that. I have not used the Zig watercolor pens, but remember, I'm not a big watercolorist. So do I think they're good? I hear from everybody that they are, but it's just kind of not my thing. I'm just not into watercolor as much. So let's see, what's next? I'm not showing you everything. I know I've got more stuff to show you. Oh, I didn't show you. Okay, let me move this out of the way. These right here, I was late to the game on these, and you guys will know this. I was late to the game on Misty's, but I'm going to tell you something. I love these tools. Now, let me say this to you before you fuss at me and before you tell me all the other options out there, because I'm very aware of all the other options. I have to say this to you. We run a craft store. We are very aware. We are marketed by companies all the time, okay? Here's what I'm going to tell you. I had these first, like before the new ones came out, okay? I don't see a need for me to purchase the other ones. I don't see a need for me to, because I have these, except for the new 10 by 10. I do like that new 10 by 10 because it's so big. So there is that one. But I mean, I love my Misties. I love them. But I was very late to the game. Like, I've only had these like a year. I haven't even had them a year. You guys know this. We started carrying them in the store, and actually I got this one first, and I was like, oh, you don't need another one, you just need this one. I was totally wrong and told all my friends I was wrong, because when I got this one, I fell in love with it. Okay, so a tool, let me say this, a tool like this is definitely something that I think you should invest in. That's how I'm gonna say it. A tool like this, you pick the one you want. You know, for the longest time, this was your only choice, and I'm very happy with my choice. I choose this, but you choose what you want. I'm not gonna, who am I to judge? Gee, you're here, yay! So there's that for scoreboards. Let me tell you this real quick. There's 2 that are my favorite. These are them. I had this one first, okay? This is the big one. I'm not sharing my stamp manufacturer. This is my big one, okay? I had this one first. It's 12 by 12. It's the Martha Stewart one. And then I bought the mini. And I thought, I actually waited a long time to buy the mini because I thought I'd never use it. And boy, was I wrong. I use this guy more than anything. But let me show you something. On the back, this is the easiest to use envelope maker you have ever seen. And if I were you, I would buy this just for the envelope maker. I am not kidding. That's how easy to use it is. I love it. Most people don't even know it's back here, but I love it. I don't know when they'll be out. Still working on them. Okay, this one is, see this right here? How I have the little angle in here? That's because that's an envelope maker as well. And most people don't know that's there, but I love it too. So there's that, and there's this. These are my 2 favorite scoreboards. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got to go let somebody in the door. I'm pretty sure it's the CEO, and he's going to be mad. Hello, CEO. Sorry, dude. I'm doing a live. Let me quick. We bring his boxes in? Thank you. Bring him in. I had to let the CEO in before he fired me. You guys know that's my youngest son. So, all right. No, it's me. I'm going to shut the door so you can do your thing, okay? All right, back at it. Yeah, 6 and 12 inches. By the way, like I said, I really thought, yeah, let the CEO in. I really thought I wouldn't use the mini, but I use it more than the big one. So I use this. Let me zoom out to show you my desk, Dilly. I use this but I'm not partial to it. Like, it's not my favorite one I've ever used. I actually don't care for how these tiny squares look on my videos. But this one I think is made by Making Memories or something like that. I think, I'm not sure. But I'm looking into one. So many of you guys asked me about them. We're looking to get one in the store so you guys can get one pretty easy. And then that way my friends who are overseas can get them too. So, yes, we are. They're on order and they should be here soon. This one is this one is 17 by 23. It's a little too big for my space, really, but I like it. Okay, next question. Capital letters, please. And please no destashing or selling. We don't do that in these things. Woo, we've gone through a lot in 80 minutes. I'm trying to look around the room. I told you guys, favorite embossing heat tool. Okay, I know this one from experience. I've tried a lot of them, and this is the one I'm using now, and I'm extremely happy with it, and I'll tell you how I found it. My friend Christopher from Brutus Monroe told me to get this one. He was like, just get it, and I did, and I loved it, and because of that, we started carrying it in the store, because I try to do that with everything I love. I love this guy. The first one I had before was terrible. I did not care for it. I had a professional one, you know, the big one, too much. It's too much for what I do. So this one I love. I think it's an affordable one. It heats up quick. Don't know. I really like it. It's the Marvy Embossing Heat Tool Model 2500. All right. Someone yelled Scan and Cut. What's the question about Scan and Cut? What's the question about it? Let's see. Yeah, I love my scoreboards. Hey, if you want to know how to use that envelope tool on either one, I've got videos on my channel to show you that. Is there a gun style heat tool? That's the one I just showed. I don't stress over stuff. I really don't. You'd be surprised how many viewers stress about stuff though. The little things that get pointed out in videos, I'm really surprised by that. Okay, let me tell you this about glue guns. So my mother bought me the most perfect glue gun like 3 years ago for Christmas. And somehow it messed up. I really don't know what happened. It's not this one. I had to go get a different one. It was my favorite, and everybody knows it. Anybody who knows me knows the glue gun I had. It had that full handle. It was gray like this, made by the same people. And this, wait a minute, that threw me. I'm sorry. Worry is an unspoken prayer. The Bible tells us not to worry. That one got me. I'm sorry, I got tossed. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to this. So that one had that full handle. Well, I know what I did. I think I left it on too long. I might have even left it like when I walked out of my craft room and left it heated. And I think the glue in here melted down into the handle and locked my handle up, and I couldn't use it. So I had to run to Walmart and buy another one. Well, let me just tell you, I like this guy. It's not the other one I had. I want to get another one, and I keep telling myself to. But see, you know when I remember to get one is when I pull this out. I forget about it till I do this. But this one, I just like it. It's an AdTech high temp glue gun. Came from Walmart. Probably less than $20. I don't remember. It's not the best one I've ever had. Like I said, I love that other one, but I think I let the glue get too melted and melt down into the handle, which is totally user error. It was my fault. But it came with like 3 tips. And it was just, oh, it was so nice. I just loved it. Okay, what's next? See, this format is so much better because you guys get to ask questions as I show it. Sorry, that was me closing my cabinet. We're almost there. Let's see. Yes, we will make stamp dies as soon as we can get that done. And just to let you guys know, we're working with a guy now out of, he's here in America, and he is doing the legwork for us to get that done. And we are in the process of that. So yes, that is coming, but it has been the worst process ever. Sometimes I think I was backwards on it. I don't know, but it's coming. Trust me, we're trying. Okay, how do you film your videos? Just like this. This is my iPhone. I have my iPhone. Go watch my craft room tour. You'll see how I put it up here, okay? This is my iPhone that I use for everything. I film everything in iPhone. I do every live in iPhone. Now that YouTube will let me do it on my phone, I'm so excited. Now I can do so many more of these. Let's see. I try to be down to earth, but sometimes I'm a nut job. Y'all know this. Okay. Can you go back and make dies for existing? Oh yeah, we'll do that. Once we get the manufacturing done, once we get it nailed down, we'll do it for all of them. Every one of them. I would never make you pick and choose. They're all my favorite too. Okay, next. Would you ever make SVGs? We are also rolling those out. And here's what happens with SVGs. We use the envelope please stamp set as our test for that. And the reason we did that is because I've told you guys this before, I think, but the way we run our business is this. We nail down a process before we pick up another process. And the reason for that is if I start doing too many processes at once, I can't get everything quality. Everything kind of blurs together and we get overcrowded, overstressed, overworked. So what we try to do is nail down a process. So on the envelope please stamp set, I thought it'd be really cool to be able to go back and offer that SVG so that even if you didn't have the stamp set necessarily, but you had the SVG, you could cut the envelopes out. So to sell the SVG, not to sell, to give the SVG in the store, we had to discover the way to get it downloaded, and there's all this background stuff that has to happen. And it has to happen seamlessly, and just to let you guys know something, we have already sold out of the envelope please in 2 different orders. We've ordered it twice from the manufacturer and it's gone both times. So that's how many we've sold. And because of that, we couldn't email it to everybody. Yes, they are on their way back. We have hot order rushed them 3 times. So we couldn't email everybody this SVG, right? So we wanted to make sure the process would work. Well, now we have it worked, okay? So for those, it's good. In the future, I'm trying to add SVGs, so I'll be doing that as I can. Now, when we get, the problem for me with the back SVGs is I don't have a way to get them to you like for free. Like you can't offer a product in the store for $0. Like I've not figured that out. If you can, I'll figure it out. Some people were telling me, hey, we'd be willing to pay, 99 cents for an SVG file for our old stamp sets. But I hate to do that because by the time we do that, it's like, I think there's like 60 stamp sets. So we're still working on figuring out the best way to deliver those SVGs to you guys as we've been working them out. The other thing I wanted to do was make sure that you were able to use your SVGs. And so far we've only had about 5 or 6 people email us with any issues with that. And I really love that. So yes, to SVGs and all that, the processes are working and we're trying to make it happen every time. Okay. SVG is a scalable vector graphic, which means it's an image you can get to use in your Cricut machines or in your Silhouette machines or in your whatever software you use. All right, next question. What tripod do you use your life on? I don't use a tripod. Watch my craft room video. I kind of created something. It's not a tripod. Can you only use the misty corners? No, I think you could use them in other things. I've not tried them. Hold on, let's just see something real quick. Let's just see. So look, I broke my magnets live the other day. Was I live? I think I was. Again, I ain't stressing about it. Come out of here. Okay. So, nope, don't believe you can. It's a little, I told you guys before that this mat is thicker. Remember me telling you this mat is thicker and firmer? And because of that, it lifts up, like there's a lip, and so the stamp is not going to press down on the pad correctly if you're using the corners like I'm attempting to use them here. That would keep it from doing it. So no, I'm going to say no. I might try later, but I'm going to say no for now until I have time to study on it. Okay, let's see. Put these guys away. These are on their way back too. Somebody asked me earlier, I think I already answered that. Which of your stamps are most versatile for a beginner? In my opinion, if you're a beginner and you want a set of stamps for card making, you need to get the one that is called All Occasions. Let me see if I can get my hand on it. I think it's right here. Now for card making, remember I'm telling you it's for card making. I love this set because it's a big O set. First off, it's a 6x8 set, so it's big. I know it looks small, but these are big images, okay, big words. And this is like everything. Happy anniversary with sympathy. I love you. Celebrate. Good luck. Just for you. So sorry. Hello. Congrats. This is everything. Love this one. Round blocks may not come back. We're trying. but they may not come back. I told you, I don't like the new ones that were offered to me, so I'm trying to find someone, and we have somebody working on it. Don't worry. I thought I'd just answer that one real quick. If I can get them back, they'll be back. Let's see. Yeah, I did cutting boards earlier. We will ship to Australia. Next, I'm supposed to be looking for capital letters. I'm making my mods crazy. No, Holly, I won't make them digital. That's a good question. We tried that one time before, and we won't go back to that. I used to use an ATG all the time, and you know what's funny? Look, it's right here. Where's it at? Here it is. All sad with nothing in it. Here it is. I just don't use it. So I just don't use it, but I'm not going to get rid of it because it was like my baby back in the day. When the books of the Bible stamps be back in, I'm not exactly sure. They had to do some work on those for me, so we're getting that hopefully soon on those. I don't know for sure, but I'm trying. I'm probably going to bring out my own set. That's kind of the thought we had, that we would bring out our own set. Not because the other ones are bad. There was just a little hiccup in those that had to be fixed. So they're working on that. All right, I know I'm missing questions, but I enjoy doing this way because I get to answer what you really want to know. Yeah, look at you, Margie. Nah. Don't rub it in. Okay. Oh, man. Somebody get rid of George. God love you. What's your favorite? Already did that one early on. We went through all of those. Yeah, we did that early on. I'm just trying. Do you recommend getting your brother's scanning cut? I love mine. Let me tell you what I have. Ready for this? I have a Cricut Explorer. I have a Cricut Explorer Air. I have a Cricut Explorer Air 2, and I have a Brother Scan and Cut. I love every one of them. I love every one of them. My Cricuts, I love them all for the same reasons. Okay? My Brother Scan and Cut, I love it for fussy cutting, and that is it. I'm so honest with you to tell you. When I discovered that it would do the fussy cutting that it will do, that's the reason I wanted it. I found it on a good sale on Amazon, and I got it. And I let everybody know I was getting it. And I love it for fussy cutting. I tell everybody all the time, it is an expensive pair of scissors for me, okay? I'm sure other people would be able to figure out the software and use it for themselves, no problem. But the software for the scan and cut, and if you have one, you'll back me up on this, you'll all say amen. The software for the scan and cut is very difficult to use, okay? The software for the for Design Space is so easy, okay? So I love using my scan and cut as an expensive pair of scissors. I just love it. So I use it all the time for that. There's videos on my channel of me using it. You'll be able to see that, and I love it. I have the scan and cut, and I use it to listen. But here's the thing, Margie, and see if you agree with me. If you agree with me about this, say amen. To me, it was worth every penny for what it will do, because I can stamp down images and go over there and cut them all out, and I don't need dies. And the best part is, a die will only cut, the perimeter. It leaves that piece around it, which I can do that with my scan and cut, but I can also fussy cut directly to the image. I love it. Love it. So now, some people ask me why I choose Cricut over Silhouette. I'm glad you mentioned Silhouette. I've never used a Silhouette ever in my life, so that's why the Cricut is just the one I've always used. So that's it. All right, next question. I'm looking for capitals. Remember, try to keep only questions in capital letters so we can see it. Holly, then you're not using it right. If you hate it, I promise you're not using it right, because I love it. Now, well, you could be using it for something else. Let me say that. If you're using it like the Cricut, like you want the Cricut to do, although it has the capability to do it, the learning curve is so hard. That's the thing. I'm not gonna say let me take back. Please accept my apology, Holly. If you don't love it, it may be because you want it to do something easier, but it doesn't. Does that make sense? I don't know how to say it. Please don't think I really wasn't trying to be ugly. I feel like that was really rude of me, and I apologize. I should not have said that. But I will say that you can't do everything with it. To me, you can't. Not as easy. I can't say it right because you can do it. It's just not as easy. The software is harder. The free software is harder. I'm going to answer real quick the hot glue glitter sticks. Yes, I've used them in the past, but I don't use them now. I don't decorate with hot glue, so I don't use them. It does. It's very specific. All right, here's capitals. How about a set of stamps to welcome new members to church? We're working on that. What model scan and cut? Hold on, I missed it. Hold on, I missed that. Oh, I can't see it. You're going to say it back to me. See, I know people who love their silhouette. Never use one. What's the best adhesives to adhere vellum? None. Is that a fair answer? I've not found one, and I go on a search all the time for that because one day I'm going to find it and I'm going to be like, I found it. But so far I haven't. I thought I had, and I saw someone on YouTube using it too, and I thought they had, but they haven't. I think at this point the best adhesive for vellum is a hidden adhesive. That's what I'm going to say. Something you can hide behind an embellishment. I think that's the best one so far. We'll find one day, or somebody will create one, I'm sure, because we need it. Let's see. Margie keeps saying the same thing I'm saying about vellum, or which one? What model scan and cut is out there? The one I have is the, let me read it. Is mine the CM350? You guys know. You guys know what it is faster than I. Yeah, the CM350 is the one I have, and I love it. There's a CM650, but they tell me the only thing it does different is it has a something for embroidery, for digitizing for embroidery, but I don't do that, so I bought the CM350. Next. I wasn't going to do this for 2 hours, but I'm thinking I'm going to, like, if we go for 20 more minutes, I'm done. I really hate to do a 2-hour live, but there's been a lot. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed that one. I think it was what Sandra answered, but I missed it because everybody came in at the same time. I think it's kind of glitching a little bit. Oh, my nails. I'm going to answer it right now. This is a dip system called Kiara Sky. There is no nail polish on my nails, which is so funny. Like, there's no one took a red polish and painted my nails. What they have is, please go look at it online. Go on YouTube and search Kiara Sky. Even better, look at Nail Career Education. Now, this is a professional product. It's not something that you can buy and do at home. At this point, I bet people will start to mimic it later. But for now, it's a professional product. And it's a little thing. It reminds me of embossing powder. Let me just show you this. So here's the embossing powder, right? Imagine this. It looks just like this to me. They paint this clear resin on your nail. Then you dip it into here, okay? And then they tap it off, and that sits and dries. Then you do all the other nails. Then they come back and they do it again. There's like 4 or 5 layers, and the color comes from the powder. So like if I was using this, my nails would be gold, right? Oh my goodness, I love it. And one of the reasons I love it is because they don't chip. So here's what I mean by that. Even if they chip, there's still color in there because the nail is the color. Like there's no polish to chip off. The nail is the color, and I love it. Never heard of Acrylogel. I don't know. This is a dip. It's called Kiara Sky, KIARASKY, dip, whatever. So there you go. I know, y'all. Listen, I love it. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm a licensed hairdresser, okay? Yes, I went to the nail salon and had this done, but I have a license to do hair. I did that for years. So I went to my beauty supply store and bought it for myself so I could see if I could do it myself, because I really think this would be cool if I could do it at home. And Gloria, that's the next thing I was going to address. These are $40 a set every time you go. The reason I did it, I don't have that kind of money to throw around. Let me tell you what I did. I saw the Nail Career Education video, and I'm hooked on her. She's amazing. And I walked in, and they had a big poster on the wall for Kiara Sky, and I had seen her do it, but I had no idea somebody in my little town had that same product. And I'm like, I'm going to splurge today, and I'm going to try this. So I spent the money that day, and I had them done. That was the set I had that was kind of orangey. You guys remember that color? I did not love the color. In the container, it was beautiful. In here, it was not. On my nails, I didn't love it. Well, this time I went back and picked the red. And the red in the container, I did not like. But on my nails, this is my favorite red I've ever worn in my whole life. But I splurged, which I probably shouldn't have, because that made me want to go get the next set done. So I did. I've done 2 sets, and that's when I decided I needed to try to save money and see if I can do it myself. So I bought the product so I could try it. I've not done it myself yet. We'll see. These will last the same length of time as acrylic, not gel, but acrylic nails, because they kind of act like acrylic as they grow off. I'm so glad we were able to talk about that because I love them so much. I hope soon they make it for the non-professional, because there's no reason they shouldn't. This is not like picking up a bead of acrylic and forming it. It's nothing like that. Someone will mimic this at some point in time, I'm sure. All right, one more question. Well, we've got a few minutes, so another question. Oh, you're so sweet. I love you guys. Yeah, you can make nail decals with, I would make them with my Cricut. I wouldn't do it with my Scan and Cut because I can't do it. Are crocodiles worth the investment? I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me show you what I got. I have these, and I have this one. See? I love them. The thing I love about this guy right here is how it will go through such thick pieces. Like, it'll go through chipboard like it's paper. Like, I love this guy. Plus, you get 2 hole punches in one with that one. I love that. And, of course, I love all my chompers for corners and stuff. And this guy, I actually bought this because my son was losing weight. Thomas used to be a thicker kid than he is now, and he was losing weight as he was maturing. And we'd have to buy belts constantly. So I bought this so I could punch holes in belts because I could see it real easy to do it. And then I started using it in my craft projects, and I love it. So, yes, I think they are worth the investment. Ooh, what's next? What's next? What about the online Cricut classes? Oh, at this point, I'm not able to do online ones, okay? But if you are scheduled for any that we've already had scheduled and you missed it, you were given a refund, and we're going to film the class, and I'm going to give you the class for free. So we refunded anybody that missed them, and I'm going to film it and give it to you for free. I've been waiting to film it until my voice was back, because remember I told you that I was sick for about 3 or 4 days, and it's coming back really well. So we're going to film the class that you would have paid for and give it to you for free as our apology. And we're going to try to have it set up again where it will work before the next one. But I can't promise. I'm trying to use it through this YouTube live situation where we can make like a private live. So I'm hoping that'll work. But I'm not going to leave you guys high and dry. Yes, she does. I completely agree. I have 6 screws. Oh, it's going so fast, guys. I can't see it. I like his, I see this. I like his stamping platform. We've ordered them. They're coming. Gosh, y'all, I'm sorry. That went by so fast I didn't catch any of those. I mean, I didn't catch any of them. Just the one I answered. Ugh. Oh. Somebody's going to ask something, but remember this guy we did live the other day on Facebook? Look how brown they went. This new glitter, this new Nuvo glitter accents goodie stuff, this is my fault. It's not the product's fault. It's a very wet product, right? And it picked up the distress ink underneath, so it went like that. But I don't hate that. It looks kind of vintage. I think it's kind of cool. So I just wanted to show you guys that while I was sitting here. I've been meaning to do that. Have I lost you guys? No, here's something. Did you know when Cricut Air will be compatible with Androids? I thought it already was. Am I wrong? Anybody else know? I thought it was. I would love to do a class in Daytona. I would love to do a class in Daytona. That would be awesome. Okay, next one. Let's see. You need someone with you to help with questions? Well, that's what my moderator's for. Hopefully. They try to like make sure we get them in here. Yeah, I think it's already compatible with Android. If you want to. I personally do not like to use the Cricut with a phone or an iPad. I think it's too much trouble. I use it with my laptop or my computer. And it's funny because my son, who also does a lot of Cricut stuff with me, he's the same way. He's like, he would rather use the computer than his phone, which usually the younger people don't. I got that crop-it-out organizer at Dollar General. I get inspired by you guys a lot of times. I get challenges sent to me. People ask me to make stuff. I get inspired by Pinterest like everybody else. I get inspired by my product too. Like what's in my craft room, I'll think, I really want this to look this way. And one of my favorite things to get card inspiration is wall art. I challenge you guys, look at wall art. Look at things you'd hang on the wall. Like if you go to the craft store, to the home decor store, look at the stuff that's made for your walls and go, I'm gonna turn that into a card. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. I've not tried the new oxide inks. They are on order. I wasn't gonna get them, and then I decided I'm going to. Oh, I missed it. Oh, it's not for Android? I swear I thought it was out. I don't know. I'm not a Cricut expert. Some people think I am, but I'm not. But Cricut is very supportive of me and my channel. I love them very much. They do a lot for me. And wait till you see what they're doing for you guys for the 100,000 giveaway. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. They will, Angie. You'll do great. How do you store your Stampin' Up! And CTMH stamps? I don't have any anymore. I used to, but I don't have them anymore. I don't use a Gypsy because I missed out before they were gone. I would have, but I don't. Yeah, that was fun. I should get my friends to do that 10-minute challenge again. That was super cool. Are Copics worth the investment? We talked about that earlier. So I don't want to go back into that, but maybe you can go back and watch the replay because I really did a pretty detailed talk about that. And we're really coming down to the wire. Looks like people are getting tired asking questions anyway. So, do you find the CTMH art plastic? Yes. Those. You know what's funny? Like I own most of the CTMH cartridges. I think there's like one left that I don't have. I think you should buy those. I love them. They have over 700 images on them. Love them. Would I do a Noah's Ark stamp set? That's brilliant. I love it. Yes. I'll have to get to work on it. Hey, you guys, I have to tell you, we started working with an illustrator more, I want to say, we've started working with an illustrator more aggressively now. Like, that's not the word, but I have an illustrator that I've worked with in the past, and because you guys are asking for so much stuff, and I told you the other day, I'm like, look, there's only one of me. If you want more stuff, I got to hire somebody. Well, we've talked to her. She's happy. She's working on something, and you guys are going to love it. You're gonna, like, she's working on something. I'm working on something, so that's going to help us get stuff out faster. So that's a good thing. There was something I missed. What was that? I missed it. Something about lip something? I've never used Lindy's stuff. Clip stand. I don't know. I've never used it. Oh, yes. We're going to have an Easter Bunny stamp set. A fairy. That's a good idea. Hey, Michelle. All right. We're down to 10 minutes. Any more Maymay's favorite thing craft questions? Oh, I didn't show you this. This is probably my most favorite thing in the whole world. I guarantee you this gets used more than anything in my room. Anything. This one. This is the die pick tool. Love this thing. I do like the I like the Big Shot. I've only used it like once or twice. I don't own one. I own the Cuttlebug. But I like them, and yes, I think they're worth the investment. Glue for acetate is a lot like vellum. I think the best glue for acetate is going to be one you can hide, and I think I really like sticky tape. Yeah, this is how could I miss this, right? I really like sticky tape for acetate. I don't think I could do a 2-minute because I did so many things. I really don't think I could because it was so much stuff. My very favorite thing is this. You know what, Christy? The best way, this is a really bad answer. Here's a bad answer. The best way is to feel it. You've got to feel it. You need to buy yourself some expensive craft paper. Just trust me. Just buy one pack. Actually, here's one for you. Go to Walmart and buy the Nina Textures or the Nina Astro Bright, and then compare it to Colorbox, and you'll know exactly. That's the best way to do it. There's our code for Cricut. Let's see. Yeah, I know, but you still can. That's the whole thing, Mickey. We talk about you still can see it. Somebody will get it right. The Stamp Club is my Stamp of the Month Club. That's all on my website. I think it'll be easier for you to see it there. Yeah, I have nothing against the Big Shot. I do think it's a good investment. The only one I don't love as an investment piece that's an embossing machine that I've had my hands on is that Evolution machine. That's the only one that I was like, this one's a little tough for me. Again, that could be my brain. Not everybody's brain. It could just be my brain. I would not be surprised. So that one was not my favorite to play with. The Vagabond's a little too big for me, but I do like it, but it's a little too big for me. I actually don't use the Cricut vinyl. I have another favorite vinyl that I use, and I'm so used to it and so happy with it that I use it all the time. So I don't really use that one. Thanks, Polly. I don't use their vinyl or their heat transfer. I love what I buy from expressionsvinyl.com, and I just love it. I use Wink Estella. I sure do. I have a bunch right here. I didn't show them. They are my favorites. I missed that. Yes, we have the Tim Holtz one on order, so when it releases, we'll have them too. I don't know what to think about it yet because I haven't touched and felt it yet, so I really don't know. But I feel like, I mean, it's Tim. Come on. I know other people have complained about Evolution. It's hard. For me, it was hard to use. So I've never seen the Gemini. Best magnets? Now, are you talking about for your Misties and stuff, or are you talking about for working with on paper projects, like purses and things? Yeah, the ATG, I went over that one. I hate you guys are going to have to watch the replay. But let me tell you something. I already talk fast. But you can watch the replay in double speed, and you'll get through it real quick. You like how I said, it's Tim, come on. Oh, for paper projects, I get my magnets for paper projects from craftchameleon.com. Somebody type that in, please. I think his is $39. I want to say it's like $39.95. I think. Yeah, for paper projects, I get them from craftchameleon.com. I love her magnets. Now, she'll tell you they're too strong. Let me tell you this. If you ask her about them, she's going to say they're too strong. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If you buy her metal disc and her magnets, and instead of putting two magnets together, put the magnet on the metal disc, you'll be fine. Okay? That's how it'll work. Oh, it's glitching? That's probably why everything's flying in like it is. Thank you. Craftchameleon.com. Tell Jamie I sent you. She's a sweetheart. She used to be Punch Place Plus. You guys remember I used to talk about her all the time? Now I talk about Craft Chameleon. That's her. We will have those in stock, but they will be $39. I think they're $39.99. That's how much. We can't order like Amazon does. I don't know when the next live video is. I hope to give you. Here's the problem. I can't schedule a live video on YouTube and use my phone to do it because you have to go live from your phone. So you can't have a pre-scheduled one. So that's why I did that video today, that little quick video. I'll probably have to do that until I can figure something else out. Because I love using my phone for lives. Oh my gosh, I don't have to have 20 cameras and lights and switching and all that. This is the way to go. This is the life. But the next one, I want to do a crafting one. I want us to craft together. I want us to do something, make something. Like we did the other day. That one was fun to me. I think today was fun too. I don't know what the question is. Are the stamps from the Stamp Club offered at the store? Yes. You will never get a duplicate stamp. If you're a member of the Stamp Club, you get fresh, brand new, never before seen stamp sets released. But if you go back and buy them from the store, you can buy them in the store. They're just $1 more expensive. Thank you for coming. Nina. Somebody type in Nina for her real quick. Yes, they are available. Yay, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I use iMovie, and I also use Final Cut Pro, but I pretty much use iMovie. If I have to do something really, really detailed, I'll go back to Final Cut Pro, but pretty much just iMovie. Thanks, guys. Y'all are so good. You mind me so well. Somebody type Nina. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I got time for like one more good question. One more good one. Don't say how do they make paper. That's a joke between me and my mom. Thank you so much. You guys are sweethearts too. I love you guys. Aw. Cool. Where in Alabama? We're dead center Alabama. We're in central Alabama. Thank you guys. I think you guys rock. Been making my way through your tour. Oh, thanks. Hey, please subscribe. I should have said this earlier. We're like as many people in this room right now away from 100,000 subscribers. And I promise you, when I get 100,000 subscribers, I'm having a real party because I never thought that would happen for me, never in a million years. And I'm excited. So if you're in this room, subscribe. Go do it. There's 325 people watching. I think that's all I need. Please, please, please. I don't know what an inspiration block is. I don't know what that was. I'm 148 away? What? Hey, I talked about shipping glue in the glue section at the very beginning. Oh, thank you for being a watcher. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys so much. Hey, yes, tell my moderators how great they did. They did awesome. Like, you won't see my face in this one. They did awesome because, like, last time it was so bad. Oh, my gosh, it was so bad. But I feel so much better now because they did so good. They did so good. Oh, what do you do when you have... Oh, I got you. You know what I do? This is my favorite thing for crafter's block. That's what I call it, crafter's block. I go shopping, and I don't mean buying things. I go window shopping, and I tend to come back with a billion ideas of things I see that inspire me. Thank you, Miss Joan. I'm so happy we're able to hang out like this. Yay, Nina, thank you. Only 142 away. I'm freaking out. You guys have no idea the kinds of stuff we have planned for you guys for giveaways. You have no idea. We'll probably release it like next Friday to tell y'all what all it is, but you have no idea about the giveaways. I'm so excited. So excited. Thank you, even though you don't have it. I don't know why she doesn't. I gotta fix that. I know they're so good. They're so good. We ended up with like, what did we get, guys? Like 16 people volunteered to moderate. And I was like, after that way it went last time, I want that many. I want people in here going, delete, delete, delete. Starman, where's your wrench? So real quick to my moderators, even if you don't have the wrench, are you still able to delete people and stuff? Oh, click the bell. That's the new thing. You got to click that bell now. I wish they wouldn't have done that to us. It was so much easier just to say subscribe. You guys rock. I really needed you today, Tamara. Thank you. Oh, Deborah, you're here. You've been here. Cool. Susan, thanks for finding me. Oh, you can only report people? I have to go see what's wrong with that. There's something wrong then. I'll tell her, Joni. She loves all you folks too. Can you make a medical stamp series? That's interesting. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, you have a wrench. I don't know why that is. I know you guys are moderators, but I'll double check. So Tamitha, can you block people? Yay, you're going to love them, Miss Joan. You're going to love that thing. I don't have tropical ones, but that's so funny you would say that. That's so funny. Because that's just so funny. You'll probably see why it's so funny. Oh, thank you so much, Jesse. You're the sweetest thing ever. Hey, guess what, Jesse? We're bringing back the Spanish set. I'm so excited. I cannot even stand it. We're bringing it back. Stamp Escape. Please go check out Stamp Escape. I want you guys to come to it. We're doing, it's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Go check it out. StampEscape.com. Tam's like, delete. She's the enforcer, babe. They did so good. Thank you. I will do that. Oh, he said it in a British accent. Hey, I gotta tell y'all. Amanda, can I tell them? Can I tell them, or would you rather me not? Ooh, koala stamps. Good idea. Hey, we have penguin ones in the store. They're from Joy Claire, and they're so cute. I don't know if we still have them in stock. We had them at Christmas. Yes, we're still working on the cruise. Hey, she said, sure. Amanda's going to be with me at Stamp Escape. I'm so excited. So if you want to meet, #DoneDoneIt. That's the way to do it. It's going to be awesome. Amanda, I don't know what you're talking about. Just tell them. You're so funny. I'm never making that bad word stamp, Marilyn. You know I'm never making that bad word. Nobody blocked Marilyn for saying the bad word. I hope you know what I mean. I hope you know that I'm joking. Tamitha, don't block her for saying that. I never get out of the South. Can't you tell by this accent, Linda? I never get out of the South. Oh my gosh. Yay, Janice, thank you so much. Yes, I did get that. Yes, I am War Eagle. See, I'll say that word. I'll make one of those stamps. And Tamitha is a Tennessee fan. That's why she's saying, are you serious? Look, Amanda's got the bad word. Okay, Amanda. She said today I made her a shirt that says Maymay Made It, has my logo on it. It's a red shirt, has our logo on it. And she said that she was going to call it her Alabama shirt. Whatever. Whatever. Oh my gosh, did y'all buy them all out already? I'm going to have to tell Vince. He's going to be like, gotta go shopping. All right, it's 4:02. I'm 2 minutes over what I planned. I love you guys so much. I hope you learned a bazillion things today, including that I'm not quite all there, but I really am. Uh-oh, a Clemson Tiger one. I don't know. I do have lots of religious stamp sets. Go check them out. They're in our store. And I have several stamps with crosses and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So, don't know anything about Gothic. Don't know anything about it. Oh my goodness, we certainly will. We certainly will need shirts. All right, I love you guys very much. Does somebody know what they're supposed to say right here? For my YouTube people who've never done this before, over on our Facebook groups, my mother started something, and somebody here will say it shortly, and this is how we end our videos. So no matter what time of day it is, this is how we end it, and you'll see it soon enough. I'm sure someone will post it. There it is. Thank you, Barbara. Good night, John Boy. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.